Hello, welcome. In this video, I'm going to give you a lesson on the Windows command prompt. So if you go down to the run box here and type in CMD, it's not actually the run box, it's the search box now. So CMD, you'll see the command prompt comes up. CMD is short for command prompt. Right click and run as administrator. I could have just double clicked on it, but that doesn't give me administration rights. And the reason for that is to avoid accidentally running scripts or people remotely accessing the command prompt and running scripts. Um, Command prompt's been superseded by the PowerShell, but that will be in a separate lesson altogether. As an IT technician, you should really hone your skills up on the command prompt or a security expert because a lot of the attacks come from the command prompt. So I'm going to right click on this bar and show you how I change the font size. I'm going to change the font again. I'll just make it slightly larger so you can actually see better. And you can see I've changed that font. Now, because I'm in as administrator, it's took me to the Windows System 32 folder. They call them directories, but Microsoft used to call them directories, and they're now called folders. But when you're in the command prompt, it's still a directory. So cd ... will change directory back one. So I'm back into the Windows directory there. Now, if I go cd system32, spell it right first, then I can go back into the system32 folder. So change directory system32. The command prompt is originally Bill Gates and his partner bought a Unix-based operating system called DOSKey and modified it for personal computers. At that time it was mostly mainframes and dumb terminals, etc. And this is where Bill Gates made his millions. So I'm in the system32. If I want to go back to the root of the hard drive, I just cd / and I'm back to the root. If I want to change to another drive, I just put the drive letter in, colon, and then hit enter. I don't have another drive in at the moment. So what I'm going to do now is, if I need help on any commands, I just type in help, and I'll get a whole list of commands that are available within Windows. Okay, so commands like task kill, time, etc. Okay. So I'm just going to type in clear screen, CLS, and it'll clear that screen. So how do you make a directory or folder from the command prompt? So mkdir, make directory. I'm going to make a temp directory. And just to prove that that did work, if I type in dir, I can do a directory listing. I'm actually going to change the font there because it's difficult to see in size 72, so I'll go back and change that font to size 36. Okay, that's slightly better. So you can see the directories are all listed there now. And there's my temp directory created. So I'm going to move into that temp directory, cd temp, and do a dir, and you can see there's nothing in it at the moment. If I mkdir temp2, it'll make a subdirectory of that directory there. Okay, and if I do a dir now, I can see my temp2 folder has been created. I'm just going to move into that temp2, and I'm going to run notepad.exe, and I'm going to call this file test.txt, and notepad will pop up, and I'm going to type in any old rubbish here and just save it. And the reason why I'm typing in at least something in there is because the file will remain 0 bytes if you don't type something in. So if I do a dir now, you'll see the test.txt file is now in that folder, and it's 27 bytes in size. Okay. Now I can copy that test test2.txt. I'm going to call it test2.txt, and I've now copied that file. If I do another dir, we now have two files there. I can rename it, so rename test2.txt to test3.txt, and if I do a dir now, you can see it's been renamed. I can also move files, move test3.txt, and I'm going to move this to the c:/temp folder. And if I go back cd ... and do another dir, always keep doing dirs just to check, see where you are. And there's the file has been moved into the temp folder. If I was to type in tree at this context, you can see I've got my tree there. Now, if you want to know anything additional about any command, if you type in the command /?, it'll tell you about the switches that can be used for that command. So, for example, /f displays the names of the files in each folder. So if I was to do that tree and put /f, it gives me the files that are in those folders, and you can see they're listed there. Okay. So if I go cd, caps lock's on, cd test3.txt, cd temp2 folder, and I'm now in the temp2. Most of the commands are lowercase, it's just some of the switches might be uppercase. So how do I delete a file? Well, I can type in del and then test.txt, and that would delete it. Or I can use a wildcard, for example, star.txt, but be very careful because it will delete all the files that have txt there. So I'm just going to delete test.txt. If I do a dir now, you can see that file has been deleted. So I'll go back, so cd ... and I'm back into the temp folder, and I now want to delete the temp2 folder. I could type in rmdir, short for remove directory, and temp2. Now it won't actually work if there's stuff in it, so if I hit enter there, it might give me a warning. There's nothing in this folder, so it might well have worked. It has worked. It's deleted it. Well, watch what happens when I go cd / to the root and I try and do the same thing on the temp folder. So I'm trying to remove the temp folder. It says the directory is not empty, so it's given me a warning there. So this is an example of where these switches come in. So if I was to do /? for this command, it tells me I would need to use this switch here, /s, to remove the directories. So /S, and then the directory that I want to delete. Are you sure? Yes. Do a dir now, and you can see the temp folder has been deleted. So that was a quick crash course on the command prompt, how to navigate about the command prompt. As an IT technician or even a security expert, you really need to know how to navigate about at the command prompt. So I suggest you follow this video and practice learning the commands at the command prompt. If you type in help, remember it will give you all the commands that you can actually use from the command prompt. Okay, so there's a lot of different commands that are handy to use there. Okay, that concludes this particular lesson. The next one we'll talk about network commands. Thanks for listening.